I think we got a problem, got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. It's that club, baby. You hear that? We can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheik Luch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
We can't sit down to that.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
Yo, shit, what they want?
Salaki.
Shalom on Christ. Yeah, he just checked it. We good now? We 2 out now?
Yeah, that should be good now.
All right, Conor concert. Yeah, Conor concert. All right. Salakia. Yeah, I understand it. Is it on?
You saw it now.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah,
Is on?
It's on
Can
now.
they hear us in there? I mean, did it just come on you? Was that on your phone?
No, it's on.
Oh, that's you? All right. Salakia, y'all, you know what I mean?
That was one of my best.
That was. Y'all ain't seen it. I even gave my brother a pound. Like, you know what I mean? He got it. He got it. You know what I mean? No, I was saying, you know what I mean? If y'all just kept coming in and just hearing us, we just did the prayers in Hebrew and in English. You know what I mean? We had some troubles with our sound earlier, but it seems like we're all to wild. Y'all hang in there. We definitely going to do the prayers at the end of the class.
Right.
But I was just saying, man, you know what I mean? My brother Kwayashuan came in right when we were saying his name
in the prayer.
You know what I mean? And my brother stepped right on in the class. So Most High in Christ, my brother, you know what I mean? We got some brothers in the class tonight, you know what I mean, today. So, you know what I mean? It's always good to see the brothers, man, and be amongst us, man, because we slave all week. And it's like, man, I look forward to coming up in here, man. Every week, you know what I mean? If I could be here every day like I be at my slave, I would rather be here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but it's all right, man. It's shoot, man. Look, Lord willing, you know what I mean? We'll get that. We'll have that opportunity to put our foot on our oppressor's neck.
That's right.
You know what I mean? In our lifetime, man. That's what we hope for. That's what we do this for. That's what we, you know what I mean, keep these laws, statutes, and commandments for. You know what I mean? That's what we, you know what I mean, take true and hold to the brotherhood for. You know what I mean? Because we want to go home. We want to get our kingdom, man.
And that brotherhood, Salaki, if I may, that brotherhood is so heavy and so strong. And that, you know, if you ask any Black, Hispanic, and Native American, ask them, have we tried unity? Have we tried brotherhood?
Right.
Have we tried coming together and being one body, one spirit, one mind? I mean, listen, we all share the same enemy. We all share the same oppressor.
Right.
So because we all share the same oppressor, we have something in common. Another thing that we have in common, we all was a part of the transatlantic slave trade. So we all have that in common. So we have to unify so that we can get out of this oppression.
That's right.
And the book of Exodus is what we read, which is an excellent event that took place that gives us instructions on how we should be conducting ourselves, how we should be under one body.
Right.
Look, this is really important because keep in mind, when we came out of Egypt, what happened? They were fussing about the leadership.
Right.
They were tripping about the leadership. Right? That's the problem today. The problem today is we don't really understand leadership. We're tripping over leadership, not understanding that we have a leader to lead us.
That's right.
We have under Commanding General Yohana, the leadership, the authority under the Most High through Yahushua to lead us out of this captivity.
That's
unity and brotherhood is something that we really have to start pushing. And we just don't push that.
Right.
We just don't talk about that. We don't talk about unity. We don't talk about brotherhood. We don't talk about forgiveness, all of those things. Those are the things that is necessary for us to get out of this oppression. Brotherhood. All right. And when we say brotherhood, we talking about sisterhood too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Because listen, man, that sisterhood needs to be fully developed too in order for us to get this kingdom. You know what I mean? And that is something that we cannot lack in. You know what I mean? That means, sister, you need to make sure that you just how we treat our brothers is how you supposed to be treating the sisters. You shouldn't be hating on that sister or not liking this sister, or, you know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna bring it out, sir. Salaki, if I may. You know what I mean? But, you know, because you don't understand multiple ribs, you hating on somebody else, or, you know what I mean? You think you can't do that, man. You know what I mean? If you got an art with your sister, man, go to counsel. And that's how it is, man. It's you don't sit there and backbite. You don't sit there and join start a clique against your sister. You see what I'm saying? You get with your sister, man, so that y'all can have sisterhood. Right. That is so important. Just like the brotherhood is so important, sisterhood is important, man. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, you know, like they say, it's hard to find a righteous. You know what I mean? It's harder to find that than it is to find a righteous brother. You know what I'm saying? But when you come up in the UPK, you are a representative of the truth. You are a representative of what God has put into authority. Right. So if you are a representative of that, then you should take that personal. You should take that serious, and everything that you do should be a representation of this right here. Of this right here. So we definitely going to get into it, man. We left off last week. We was talking about the last time we had the class. I know last week we had some issues with our system, Salakia, but we left off the locusts, right? How they covered the ground, right? You see what I'm saying? This is another event. I like how you put that, sir. This is another event that happened that ain't never happened and will never happen again. That's key to understand that this will never happen again. And it says that in the scripture that it was so many daggone locusts that it covered the face of the earth.
Damn right.
That the ground moved, man. Yeah. And it ate everything.
Most High, he cleans up. He cleans up behind himself. We have a cookout, we clean it up.
Clean up. Yeah.
Most High come, he clean up.
He cleaned up
everything.
He cleaned up. Because remember, it was the hail came right and did a lot of damage.
He said clean. Boy,
it did a lot of damage. It knocked down trees, man. It put fire upon the earth, but it was still some stuff left over. Now imagine this. This is what I want you to get in your mind. Imagine this. After the locusts, because he called, of course, Pharaoh went to, our leader at the time, Moses, and said, all right, man, go ahead and tell your guy to go ahead and the Most High caused a mighty wind, a west wind to just. Now understand, this didn't go down in our land where we was at in Goshen.
Right.
So where Goshen was, it was nice and clean, got grass, got trees, we got animals, we got everything. So imagine like this big area, it's a dust bowl around everything and just green where we at. That's how power, that's your power, man.
Right.
That's your power.
It's like being in one of those little balls.
Yeah.
It's like anything outside of that.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Everything.
Inside that ball.
It's just you just like looking, it's just like, damn, it's like it looked like an island on land. like dang, like he cleared out everything, man. And guess what? Pharaoh's still his start was still hardened. Still after that, he still was like, and the people is like, man, yo, leave them alone, man. Get them out of here, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's that their God is defending them.
So, Laki, if I may, let me read that what you was about the wind. This is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 19. It says, and Yahweh turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea.
Good night.
There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt.
Can you imagine that? Now understand, all of Egypt was covered with locusts, right, all on the ground. Like where the ground moved, you didn't see the ground. You didn't see the ground. And then Moses said, all right, Yahweh, go ahead and clean up. God, like, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I would love to write a script of this right here and like have that, you know what I mean, envision, man. Just imagine that. Imagine seeing something like that. You know what I mean? Imagine. You see what I'm saying? Man, listen. Our power is vicious. Our power is vicious. And I tell you, you know what I mean? You serve the Most High, he's going to do something like we said the one week. You know what I mean? He's going to do so much greater to this land.
Right.
Imagine if he did that in those days, imagine what he going to do when we come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, when we keep the sisterhood and the brotherhood and we let our light shine on this earth to where the Most High then comes to our defense. Imagine what he's going to do in this earth. Man, listen, I can't wait to you know what I mean? I can't wait to be part of telling the stories of that day. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Egypt, man, listen, man, forget Egypt, man. Forget them daggone locusts. Remember when your Most High did this? Like, that's going to be amazing. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be amazing. You had something else, sir?
I was going to read that We run through this a lot so people can know. Those that are not familiar with our broadcast understand that when we're reading in the Old Testament and we see the word Lord in all caps,
right?
That word in all caps, that the translators decided to translate that Lord, but that's really Yahweh. That's really his name. Right. So you'll hear us from time to time as we read, we'll say Yahweh. Or when we get to the word God, we'll say power.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll say those things because that's what the word God means. It actually means power. So you'll hear us from time to time. We'll say that, but we're reading the King James. We're reading the same thing you're reading. So, don't get thrown off by that. Remember, whenever it's in all caps, the translators decided to translate that to Lord. That's really Yahweh. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we stopped in verse 20. Was it 21? We stopped at 21.
Exodus, book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 21 is where we're gonna pick. You gonna start?
Salakia, it's 10 and 21.
I'm Salakia, sir. You're right. 10. You gonna start the Hebrew?
I can start it.
All right, come on.
All right. This is Exodus.
Just you already told them we reading the 7 so what we about to do is read seven scriptures in the Hebrew, picking up where we left off at. So he's starting at Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21.
And understand we're actually reading Paleo Hebrew. So we're gonna read like Officer Zawa said, we're gonna read and start at Exodus chapter 10, verse 21, and I'm gonna read 7 chapters in the Paleo Hebrew, and then we're going to translate what I read in the English.
Right. So you stop at 28. Yeah, stop at 28.
Okay. All right. So this is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21. Yahweh Salakia, wa Yah Amar, Yahweh Allah Mashah Nakah Yadak Allah Hashah Mayam Yahweh Salakia wa Yah Haya Kashak Allah Aratazah Matazah Rayam Matazah Salakia our Salakia Aratazah Ya Ratazayam Wayasha Kashak. Verse 22. Wayak Mashah Atha Yadawa Allah Hashah Mayam Wayahaya Kashak Apa La'a Bakal Aratazah Maratazayim Shalah Shaf Yam verse 23 La'a Ra'awa Ayash Atha Akayawa Salakia Yawa Wa'al Samawa Ayash Matha Kathawa Thayawa Salakia Shalah Shath Yamayam Salakia Yamayam Wakalal Benaya Yesha Ra'al Haya'a Awar. Bama Washa Bathum. Verse 23. Waya Soraya. Pariah. Allah. Masha. Waya Araya. Salakia. Waya Mar. Lakawa. Aba Dawa. Da. Salakia. Aba Dawa. Atha. Yahweh. Rasa. Ratazah. Nakam. Waba Sarah Kam. Yatazaga. Gum. Is that Gama or Gum?
Gum.
Gum.
It would be gum. Mhm.
Tazah Kam. Ya Lak. Ama Kam. Verse 25. Wa Ya'a Mar. Masha. Gum. Athaya. Thathan. Baya. Daniwa. Zabah Kayam. Wa'a Laf. Wa'a Shamayan. Salakia. Wa'a Shayan Wa. La Hawa. Allah Ha Yanawa. Verse 26. Salakia. Wadam. Makwa Nawa. Yalak. Ama Nawa. La'a. Thasha Ara. Para Saya. Salakia. Para Kwaya. Kaya. Ma Nawa. Nakwaka. La'abad. Atha. Yahweh. Allah. Ha Yahweh. Yanawa. Wa'a na kanwa. La'a. Nada'a Maya. Na'abad. Atha. Yahweh. Ada. Ba'anawa. Shemaiah. Verse 27. Waya Kazak. Salakia. Waya Kazakwa. Yahweh. Atha. Laba. Pariah. Wala. Abaya. Lasha. Lakam. That's 20. That's it.
Come.
At verse 28.
Most High in Christ, man. All right, so this is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, and verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. Ooh-wee. Now I was actually looking. It was it's in I think it's in Second Ezra. You know what I'm talking about, sir? Where it talks about the darkness.
Hold on. Let me see. Go ahead. Keep going.
I was going to ask if you knew where it's at. That's what I was actually kind of looking for.
Now.
So, but it's kind of
Exodus, right? You said
yeah.
Genesis.
Oh, Salakia. So yeah, Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21. So he said, and the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And if he can find it, man, let me say something. It was more that was going on with that darkness. Moses was messing with the Egyptians with this one, man. You know what I mean? He like imagine it being, oh shoot, look, you didn't cause darkness to come upon. But just imagine that it's so dark. Like when it says how the Christians describe it, they talk about how you had to feel around. Like, I can feel around at home. You know what I'm saying? When the lights is out, and you know what I mean, I walk around like me. You know your house. You could walk around your house blind. You know exactly where everything is at. You know where every bump is at, every little whatever. You know what I mean? You know exactly when to turn. I remember when I was a kid, I used to actually practice this. You know what I mean? I used to close my eyes and, you see I'm a big guy. I used to walk from my bedroom to the kitchen. You know what I mean? And I had to go down steps. I had to go up a couple steps, you know what I mean? To get all the way into the kitchen, you know what I mean? But I used to do that. I used to always do that, even during the day. You know what I mean? I would close my eyes and be like, I wonder how far I can get without bumping into something. You know what I mean? So this ain't no feeling around. This means it was so dark. It felt, that mean, even in your own house, you ain't know where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Was you able to find it, sir?
I wasn't able to find it.
All right. That's too wild. But
I know what you're talking about.
I believe it's in second Ezra's or maybe in first Ezra's. But it breaks down what was going on. And understand, they in pitch black darkness and they can hear the sound of water, rushing water. Now imagine you in darkness that you could feel. Like you could feel the darkness and you hear rushing water coming. Like, oh shoot. And imagine all the plagues that came before this. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no doubt in your mind that you like, man, it's about to go down. Like people were terrified to death. Imagine you in pitch black darkness that you can feel and you hear the voice of the dead. You know what I mean? You hear, man, listen, man. Most High was messing with them in this dark. It wasn't just darkness they could feel, and that was it. Like it was stuff that was happening in that darkness. You know what I mean? That had them people jacked up. You see what I'm saying? So it says, verse 22, and Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt. 3 days, man. 3 days. You know how long 3 days is in solitary confinement? Like, you know what I mean? That's a long time. You feeling every minute of that. Brothers going to solitary confinement for days. Like that's punishment in jail. Like you do something bad in jail, we're gonna put you in solitary. You know what I mean? You're gonna put you in solitary confinement. And I'm not even talking about the joints I had today, because some of these jails, they just, you just on lockdown. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the old day. I'm talking about what's the movie with Denzel Washington? Hurricane. You know what I mean? You seen that boy? He was in the joint talking to him. So he's like, yeah. Oh, you can't mess with me. You can't mess with me. That like he was in there tripping. You know what I mean? Because he was in solitary and he was in there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But three days locked in the room and just it's dark, no windows. You know what I mean? No light. Only light you see is when that door slides open for a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? To put some slop in your food in your room. You know what I mean? Just imagine that. Denzel did another one, Malcolm X. You know what I mean? When he was in solitary confinement, you seen how he was in there.
Yeah, that's serious because
it's serious.
I mean, you're not getting no sun, you're not getting any of the things that's necessary for your body.
Nothing.
No nutrients at all. That's like having a plant and not giving it any sunlight.
Right.
What's going to happen to that?
It's going to die.
Right.
It's going to wither away. So okay.
You ain't no food neither, right?
No. 3 days. No, you talking about
when they were in the darkness, you can't.
What you going, like you in darkness, you can feel. You don't. What you gonna do? How you gonna get to where you can get something to eat? Like you can feel that darkness. That darkness is up on you like this. You know what I mean? That darkness is up on you.
You
see what I'm saying?
Anybody right here?
You don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. And then on top of that, you hearing stuff. You don't know where it's, and this is going on for 3 days. Torturing them, man. Torturing them.
I wanted to find it because it's heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy, man. It is heavy. I was looking for it. I know it's in Ezra's.
I don't have my part.
I know it's in Slack it, sir.
The
The darkness, yeah.
Concept.
The Darkness.
Yeah, when it breaks down the dark, like what actually was happening
Talk
to
about the
to
fire.
children of Egypt in the darkness. Come on, but yeah, it's come on, sir. But I was looking for it. I couldn't find that joint. Man, I remember reading, and I was just like, I read that story like so many times. But it was just, for 3 days. This is going on, man. 3 days, just torturing the heck out of them. You know what I'm saying? So this is Most High power is no joke. And I thought when I read that story, that's when I knew he got a funny bone. I'm gonna make them think it's water. I'm gonna make them think water is just about to just rush in. I'm gonna make their old dead family members talk to them.
Right.
In the pitch black darkness, right. You sitting there, and all of a sudden, your pop that died years ago start talking to you. And you like, oh, what the nigga, you dead? No, nigga, I'm right here. I'm right here, and I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, man, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna read that again. Verse 22. It says, "And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days." And at verse 23, they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Yeah, we was
chilling. We was still barbecuing, man. You know what I mean?
Having a good old time.
We was like, dang, look at that darkness over there. Yeah, them niggas, they in the shoot. They must ain't pay their bill.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We over there like, shoot. We over there like, we eating good. They can't even see us because they could be your next door neighbor, but their darkness is so thick they couldn't even see through that.
2nd Ezra 15.
I was reading that. I didn't see it in there.
Oh, 2nd Ezra 15 and 11.
Yeah, 15. Yeah, I was reading through that.
Yeah, that's right, man, right there.
Stupid. So it's not like a literal darkness. They was just like in a dark state.
No,
it
It was a dark that they could feel.
Darkness.
They could feel this
It
darkness.
was literal darkness. It ain't like the darkness that we have.
I had my pocket.
It ain't like the darkness where we just blind. You know, no. They felt it. They felt that darkness. He caused a thick darkness to fall on Egypt. It said, I'll read it again. Verse 22. It says, "And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days." It was dark. And it ain't just, everybody's blind. No, it said you could feel it. And then it goes on and it says, they saw not one another. That means me and Thashiam right here, sitting right next to each other. It's so dark.
Can't even see.
I can't even see him.
That's what I was saying. That's a crazy feeling because it's unknown. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. And just imagine it's just so dark. I'm gonna tell you now. When I went over to the Middle East, right? Mm-hmm. It reminded me of when I got off the plane. When we landed at night. Mm. And when we landed at night, there's no night lights. Mm. There's no night lights. Mm. So we landed in the middle of the desert. So you can imagine what it looked like.
Man, listen. Let me tell you. Hey, Thashiam, you already know. You ain't even gotta go all the way over there. Come to Delaware. Come to Delaware and drive on the back roads of Smyrna. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Drive on the back roads of Dover. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or the back roads of Camden, Wyoming. Let me tell you something. It's black. And, let me tell you, when we was kids, like in Philly, we used to go out to Plymouth Meeting Mall, right? And we used to take this little back road. It's like all farm. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know about that dip? Everybody from Philly. Everybody from Philly. Everybody from Philly know about this dip, yo. You got to, right? Yo, everybody has done this. I know you've done it. I know I've done it. Cut out all your lights and just hit about 60, 70. Because it's a straight road. And next you know, your cars just go, boom. It's like a roller coaster. Man. It used to be fun. You dang near about to kill yourself, man. You know what I mean? Oh, the water.
I didn't find it in that chapter, but it is a good chapter.
It is. Yo, say 15.
That is a good one.
It's monstrous. It's monstrous. But yeah, man. So that darkness, man. Let me tell you, you can go somewhere where there ain't no street lights. You know what I'm saying? And just turn out the lights. Just turn out the lights and see if you ain't thinking that a deer or something or a raccoon or something just gonna pop out. I dare you to stand outside of that. Come.
When me and Tazaiwan first got to Florida, we was in a car with this dude. I can't remember what the dude's name was, but it was country.
Word.
Chew tobacco.
Yeah.
Negro. Chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I know.
So we in the car with me, had like this Bronco, like the tall one. And we in the car, we on the back road. You know how the back roads in Florida are. It's just
kind.
If you shut out the light, like you said, it was pitch black. Now they know the road. We were young. We was like 18 or 19. We didn't know no better.
Right.
So when they cut the lights out, of course, we're not used to it. We don't see anything. We don't see trees. We can't tell where the road is. No. We freaking out like, yo, cut the fuck at the lights.
Yeah.
And they messing with us, driving like real fast through the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
We couldn't, like literally, we couldn't see nothing. And I can remember that being a real scary time.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't have no control.
Right.
I'm sitting in the freaking back seat with no control. And
right.
He was just playing around, but.
Because they know that rule.
Like, I know that was crazy.
Yeah, I used to when that Plymouth meeting ride, I used to do that to my cousins when they came up to visit. We would go out there because we would go bowling out that way. You know what I mean? Go holler at the Jones at the mall. We was young, you know what I mean? But we used to always take that and coming back. I'd be like, you want me to do it? You want me to do it? Like, yeah, go ahead, do it. I'd be like, man, why you drawing so fast? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then as soon as you start to get to that John, cut the lights. Boom. And then they just drop. Zoom. Like, yo, and it's 3 drops. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then you cut the light. Oh my God, yo. We used to do that every time, man. Terrified. And even as a driver, I remember being shook. Because if you hit too much speed, you taking flight. You off the ground. I remember one time I did too much. You know me. I did too much the one time, man. We took flight. I heard my car. I heard it go like I was like, oh shoot! I turned the lights on quick as I don't know what. But yeah, man, I implore you, if you want to get a feel of what this is like, go somewhere where it ain't no like. Stand outside and see how that feels, and understand that ain't got nothing compared to what was going on in this scripture. Right? You actually,
you know how. So like, if I may, another way you can get a little feel of it. If you really want to kind of like see what that look like, go and look at the ocean at night.
Ooh,
that's how it is. Just imagine being in the midst of that. So imagine you being in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. When
you look out there and there's no light out there, imagine you being out there in the middle. That's how it is. Go ahead, sir.
I just actually got my imagination rolling. Cause you ever seen like to your point where it's just black?
Yeah.
You see a storm or something out there. So like how you was talking about earlier, being in Goshen and then like seeing that.
Right. It look like the sun is over there.
Like, dang, it's black. It's probably was all around Goshen. You know what I mean? Like Goshen is light. We in the light, and it's just like you see the wall of darkness. You can see the wall of darkness. Like imagine, like it's amazing. Like we looking at them like they going through hell. They going through it over there. You know what I'm saying? But we chilling. So let's see. The verse 23. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. I wouldn't move either.
Me neither.
I ain't going nowhere. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Damn right.
We was too wide. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, go ye, serve the Lord.
Get up out of here, man.
All right, y'all
turn the lights on and get up out of here. Yo, tell boy, come on in, man.
Go ye, serve the Lord.
Hold on, man.
Do you, man?
Hey, shalom. Only let verse 23. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. So he was like, take your kids, take everything. But we've been in here, we've been in this mess for 3 days, man. Leave your flocks. Turn
the lights on,
turn the lights on. Leave your flocks so we can have something to eat, man. Shalom, Lord Christ, sis. Hey, shalom, Lord Christ, Officer Tazayad in the building. You know what I mean? Can we drop a clue? Drop a bomb one time, Officer Tazayad. Oh wait, let me Get you there. There you go. Drop a bomb one time right there, the yellow joint. Yeah, drop a bomb for the brother. That's right. Drop a Ruder Speed bomb. All right, you hitting everything. Most High Christ. It said, let me read 23. Salakia 24. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, "Go ye, serve the Lord, serve Yahweh. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you." Verse 25. And Moses said, "Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto Yahweh our power."
Damn right.
So you understand this. Like, we knew what was going on. Like, not only that, man, we saying what's happening to y'all. We'd be damned if y'all going to just let us go to serve the Most High and we ain't got what we need to be able to serve the Most High.
Right.
You know what I mean? So no, we taking our flocks and our herds with us. You know what I mean? You want light, right?
You want some? You
want your light? You want all right. You better you want that light, right?
all right.
Verse 26. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not an hoof be left behind. Good night.
Nothing.
For therefore,
You gotta love it.
you gotta love it. You gotta love it. For therefore must we take to serve Yahweh our power, and we know not with what we must serve Yahweh until we come thither. So we don't know what all we need. We need to take everything. He might want us to sacrifice everything. So we not even a hoof. You know what I mean? Not even not one thing shall be left here behind. Everything must go. Our kids, what it say? What's the word I'm looking for? The whosoever, whatsoever. Everything must go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What's the other scripture that, like, you know how they like to say, and when they say that Egypt was with us when we was in captivity, what's the other thing they like to say?
Mixed multitude.
The mixed multitude. The mixed multitude must go. You know what I mean? Everything. That means our young, our old, you know, our all our animals, all our flock, everything. You know what I mean? Must go.
Salaki, if I may, we want to keep in mind that the initial request was for us to go and serve our Most High, the Most High power, and then return. And so Pharaoh was given his heart was hardened from that. Mm-hmm. And then now when he bring the darkness on, he say, okay, y'all can go ahead and go, but leave your cattle. Mm-hmm. Well, we was talking about going out serving our Lord. You know, we need our cattle. Right. So he's still showing some resistance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's still showing some resistance. Let's keep that in mind. Verse 28.
27.
Oh, 27.
But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. Good night. And like, after all that, now he done, you know, brought up that light, and he's still just like, you know what? Because you're right. At one point, it was for us to just go and come back.
Right.
But then Most High has something greater for us. He was like, no, y'all out of here.
You know what's crazy? Even in that captivity, we even still knew we was the Israelites and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. We knew that they was the enemy. But the crazy thing is, in this captivity in Egypt again, we don't understand that. Y'all seen the dude Mitch McConnell said black people vote at just a high rate. Yeah, a high rate as other Americans.
Good night.
Just as black people vote at a higher level rate as other Americans. So what he said there was that black people are not American. He said exactly what we say.
Right.
But then you got black people all on the internet that's mad at what he said. Like, I'm African American. I'm just as much as American as you are. Like,
he's a goofy.
What are you talking about? But it's crazy how we understood that. We understood that, you know, our relationship with them. Like,
right.
How like you just said, we had to go serve our God.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna come back, but we understand we're coming back to oppression. You know, we understand what our position is.
Right.
Here. That's one thing we don't understand here, man. And,
we don't.
Freaking America, man, it's crazy. This dude could say that blatantly, and then we'll fight to say, no, what are you talking? I'm just as much American as you are.
Right. You know, Salakia, sir, you know, I heard one of the more, this is so true. I heard it on a Clubhouse. The best lawyers for Esau is Jake.
Damn.
Is us.
Hey, is that green? We need to plug that green out and make sure they got a mic down there too.
Right.
Make sure it's plugged up. Be careful though, because I don't want to knock the sound out.
Right.
And it's should be this is a lot here. You got it. I got it.
Put a one in the chat.
Oh, we in there first.
Testing 1 2. Y'all hear me?
You here? Mm-hmm. All right, we in there.
We in there.
All right, word.
Sluggy, I do have something to say though.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
But listen though, for real though, it's heavy in these scriptures, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord is giving Moses all the ammunition he needs to not negotiate, as far as like take any demands from another nation.
Right.
That's heavy.
That's
right.
heavy.
Because the simple fact that we don't know what the power as a nation as a whole, we don't know what type of power we serve.
Right.
You understand?
We don't.
Like the other nations knew that we serve the Most High, that He will fight all our adversaries against us. Right.
That's right.
But in here, Moses also knew that he feared. That's another thing. Our people don't fear God. So Moses knew that Moses feared God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Moses like, nah, I'm gonna do what the Lord told me to do, and not what you telling me to do.
Right.
And that's what most people don't understand, that we have a leader like Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
Who follows the Lord.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? He's the head of this nation of Israel, right?
That's right.
And he's giving us commands and telling us to follow the Lord, right?
Okay.
But our people don't want to listen to him.
No.
It gonna be some hard-headed Negroes just like down here, and when Moses had to go out and talk to the Most High, right? It could be some Negroes that want to go back into the old traditional ways.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, to the old pharaohs, and like it is right now, like you was bringing out. You know what I'm saying? Like these Negroes is talking about, I'm African American.
Right.
But clearly, when our oppressors have been bluntly putting inside the media that we are not Americans.
Right.
We are different from them, and they know this. But we still be, how long you sipping ones with love simplicity?
Right.
Well, our Negroes, our people, we love the simplicity of a lot of things in America because it's just lustful thing. I don't know if y'all seen that pastor. Like, that pastor, I don't know if y'all seen that pastor. He took the anointing oil out and brought in anointing spit.
Oh,
you know
man, good. Yo, we was talking about that last night.
Listen,
man.
I don't want to get too far off of it, though, man.
No, you too out.
But that's what our people
that's what they
like.
Right.
That's what they love.
It's like, if I may, like the scripture says, man, don't, and I'm paraphrasing, man, don't give us the harsh words. Don't correct us. Don't tell us right from wrong, man. Give us smooth words, man. Give us smooth things.
Right.
Like, they don't want us. They don't want to listen to Commander General Yohana.
Right.
They want somebody to wipe spit in their face.
Right.
Like, if I may, you want to read that?
Come on, sir.
This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. That this is a rebellious people,
right?
Lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh.
Will not hear the law of our power. Like you said, they don't fear the Most High. How do you fear the Most High? You serve Him by keeping His law, statutes, commandments. You know what I mean? You understand by not doing that, you will be punished. Yeah. It's like how does a son fear his father? You know what I'm saying? A son fears his father by being obedient, because he knows if he don't listen to his dad, his pop might get to that butt. His pop might spank him. You see what I'm saying?
So like, if I can, that's a heavy point which you bring out, and even in the scriptures, He called Israel His firstborn.
That's right.
His firstborn son.
That's right.
And it's nothing more proud than a father having his first son. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High, it just being a good father to Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I keep telling you time and time again, start hanging out with these knuckleheads. Right. And in this sense, when I'm using knuckleheads, it'd be the other nations.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah,
Just like any father would say, man, don't hang with them knuckleheads on the corner because they mean you know no good.
They ain't going right.
So the Most High is saying, yo, these knuckleheads right here, the other nations mean you no good.
Right.
So what you gonna do is you're gonna go around and hang around with these people, and they're gonna get you in trouble.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you got to find in the hard way.
Exactly.
And after a while, you realize that I've been telling you right the whole time.
And
you
it's
know
too late. You in prison.
It's too late. It's too late. Now you in. It's like, and then now you with the knuckleheads. You in solitary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You in 23-1. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You might even die. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because that's what he started doing, all these drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what incorporating drugs, incorporating with all this, but our sisters, you know what I'm saying, out here being whores. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers out here being homosexuality because, you know what I'm saying, the other nation or these knuckleheads believe that this is right here is okay. You can do this. You know what I'm saying?
It's like if I may, sir, they see fun. They look at their brother. They see the dudes on the street. They see them all getting drunk and getting high. They like, oh, they having fun though.
Right.
I want to have fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you go with that and realize that is just, it's not fun.
Right.
It ain't fun to be so caught up into a drug.
We just stiffing at people, man. The Most High even knew this, man. We've been a stiffing at people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? These scriptures right here fit us because the Lord said his people was just talking about the Israelites. His people was a stiff-necked people.
That's right.
And the people is more hard-headed. There's no other nation of people on this planet more hard-headed than Black, Hispanics, and Americans. We just prideful people, man. You know what I'm saying? And it takes events where we have to go through very harsh things for us to be able to humble ourselves.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And I always say this when I do teach class and stuff like this, when I talk class, I said, how much more do we need to go through before the Lord have to really humble us as a nation as a whole?
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Hit him with the... Yo, hit him with that, man. Listen, I think about that all the time, man. Because what do we have to do in order for us to wake up out of what we in? It's going to be a reaction. It ain't going to be proactive. It's going to be a reaction. We going to get something's going to happen to us so bad to where we know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that our oppressor is the devil. The Bible speaks.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, for a lot of us, we just need to fall on our face in order to understand that. For us, for the brothers in the UPK and the sisters in the UPK, well, we proactive. You know what I mean? We proactive with this. We try to tell our brothers and sisters and get them out. Kind of concept.
I was about to say, again, like when we see little things like Mitch McConnell, all the little different things that we see happening, we see the man of sin being revealed.
Damn right.
It's like slowly but surely. Like if you like, we able to understand it, but the person in the world ain't able to understand that. That's that. Like what Mitch McConnell said. That's like the scripture coming into fruition. You know, the man of sin has to be revealed.
It has to be
in order for our kingdom to be ushered in. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna go ahead and finish up that scripture that he was bringing out.
Which one is this?
Oh, come on. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. This is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits, like lie to me. That's what y'all doing in the Christian church. Please lie to me. Don't tell me I can't eat pork. Tell me it's all right. Tell me I'm going to be fine. Tell me that everything is going to be good. Tell me I'm going to get my blessing. Tell me this is my season. This is my day. You know what I mean? Tell me I'm anointed. Tell me I'm this and that. Tell me my enemy shall fall. Tell me David and Goliath has to do with my boss at work. You know what I mean? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear smooth things. I don't want you to tell me the Most High only loves the children of Israel. The Most High expects us to do something to get the kingdom. That is not by you can't access this kingdom or get this kingdom by observation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear I got to be separate. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that we are all equal. We are all one people. We are one nation. That's what I want to hear. You see what I'm saying? So it's heavy, man. That's heavy. So even still, you had something, sir?
No.
Oh, so even still, man, Pharaoh hardened his heart. So I'm gonna go ahead and read 7 more real quick, and then we gonna wrap it up. So 27. Waya Kazak, Yahweh, Af, Lab, Parai, Wala. What am I going down to, by the way? Where I start at 28?
Start at 28.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going down to verse 5.
Actually, I stopped at 28.
You stopped at 20. Come on. Oh, I started at 27. Salakia. All right. Waya Amar, Law, Parai, Lak, Ma'ilaya, Hashamar, Lak, Al, Fasap, Ra'awath, Pan, Slakia, Panaya, Kaya, Bayawam, Ra'athak, Panaya, Thamawath, 29, Waya Amar, Masha, Khan, Dabarath, La'a, Asap, Iwad, Ra'awath, Panayak, verse 1. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Iwada, Nagai, Akkad, Abaya, Al, Parai, Wa'il, Matazarium, Akaraya, Khan, Yashalak, Athakam, Maza, Kashalaka, Kala, Garash, I'm Salakia. Yeah. Yagarash, Athakam, Maza, verse 2, Dabara, Na'a, Ba'azanaya, Ha'aim, Wayashala. Tripping. No. Wayashala wa. Ayash Ma'af Ra'awa Wa'asha Ma'af Ra'awath. Oh, the water, sir. Where else? See, I done left off there. Salakia. Where I left off at Salakia. Salakia. Ra'awath, Wa'asha, Ma'af, Ra'aywatha, Kalaya, Kasap, Wakalaya, Zahab, verse 3. Wayathan, Yahweh, Ath, Khan, Ha'aim, Ba'ayana, Matazarium, Gam, Ha'ayash, Masha, Gadawal, Ma'ad, Ba'arataza, Matazarium, Ba'ayana, there it is again. Ba'ayanaya. Ibadaya, Parai Wabai Yanaya Ha'aim, verse 4. Waya Amara Masha Ka Amar Yahweh Ka Kakai Kakatazatha. Oh, Kakatazaf Hala Yala Anaya Yawa Tazah Bathawak Matazarium, verse 5. I read through 5? Or
Read through 5.
Okay,
Read through 5 and 9. So.
Wamath Kal Baka War Ba'arataza Matazarium Maba Kawar Parai Hayashab Al Kasa Awa I Bakawar Hasha Paika Ashar Akar Haraka Salakia Harakayam Wakal Bakawar Bahamah.
All right,
Good.
All right, so
All right, count them. Let's go and wrap it up and wrap people's.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and read this.
Count them.
All right, this is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 28. It says, and Pharaoh said unto him, get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more, for in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses says, thou hast spoken well. I will see thy face again no more. Verse 1. This is Exodus chapter 11 and verse 1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence thereafter. I mean, altogether. Salakia. Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold. Verse 3. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. Verse 4. And Moses said, thus saith Yahweh, about midnight will I go out in the midst of Egypt. Verse 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even until the firstborn of the maid servant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts.
Good, man. It's about to be on. You see, we about to get real heavy. Make sure y'all tune in next week, man, because it ain't over.
That's right.
It ain't over, man. Most High about to do another great thing, man. You thought it was over here, Pharaoh? You thought that was it? You thought you going to turn away from just because of darkness? You thought you was going to turn away? You know what I mean? Because of that? Nah, I got one more for you, man.
Damn right.
I got one more for you. All right. That concludes this Sabbath. We got to go ahead and set up these prayers. But of course, before we do that.
Here's what I found.
Oh, now you find something. Yep, that'll do it. Yes, sir. All right. Oh. Do the scroll. No, we're going to do this first. And then we you right. Why Shala? Salakia.
Shabbat. La Yashala.
La Shala. All right. Salute the Torah. Hold on, sir. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakya.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakya.
Fix that drawing up, so cover that. If any brothers want to come up and salute the Torah, come on up and salute the Torah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakya. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakya.
That's right. That's right. Sharp. That's right.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakya.
That's right. Well, that's why I'm getting strong up there, bro. Yeah, right. It was so. Oh, you got another one.
One more soldier.
Yeah, young man. You should have got that in video. That's right. That's right. He did that, didn't he? 2 years old. He did. He seen him. He was like 2 years. He went like, yeah, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Man, I'm gonna have to work on mine. Yeah, cause I up in there. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and set up the prayer. So Amijam, Wapanya Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. All right. We're gonna set up the Lord's Prayer in English. In the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malaka. Taba'ah. Ratazai. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazai. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Lathananawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaknanaw. Kabawafnaw. Kasalaknaw. Kabawafyanaw. Wala'ah. Tabaya'ayanaw. Banasaya 1. Abor. Hawashayanaw. Mayun. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalaku. Waha'ala. Wahakapara. La'awalumyum. Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever so be it.
This is the prayer, the power, Hakat. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Baba Kasha. Lathananaw. Hakat. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Kal Marawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazari. Hakat. Lahakwi. Hamafia. Hakat. Al Rakawath. Atama Allah. Lagara Shun. By Hashem Yahweh Shah. The Wada Aman.
This is the power in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirit. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it.
This is the prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Baraklanawa. Waya Sha'ala. Waya Bayasaparia. By Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The Wada Aman. This is Bless Israel in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. This is Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahariam.
Ayaharim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izaria.
Azari.
Izaria.
Azari.
Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Ra'aratazah.
Ra'aratazah.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Ayanawam.
Ayawam.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yayawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shayamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Ayah.
Yem Yanka.
Yem Yanka.
Yawamam.
Yayam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ayakaka.
Ayakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayaka.
Balayala.
Balayara.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Makal Rai.
Makara.
Yashamar.
My Shamar.
Athnapasha.
At the pastor.
Yahweh.
Look Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Waiwa.
Ma'aita.
Ma'aita.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Ayalam. This is Psalms 21 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber,
will not slumber.
nor sleep. Salakia, Salakia. Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade.
Yahweh is thy shade.
Upon thy right hand,
Upon thy right hand,
the sun shall not smite thee by day,
the sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth
and ever, forever, and ever, forevermore.
and even forevermore. This is Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka. Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Wa al-Tashakwat.
Al-Takarash.
Al. Kayahana.
Kayana.
Awayagika.
Awayam.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahweh Yuam.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ya-Ira-Yamwa.
Yahweh
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayatha.
Ya-Aitazawa.
Wa'aitazawa.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawan.
Amarwa.
Amar.
Lakaya.
Lakaria.
Wanakaki.
Walakayu.
Magaya.
Magaria.
Wala Sakar. Sham Yasha'al.
Sham Yashal.
I would die.
I would die.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Now I Tazawa.
Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Ayak.
Oh, it's like Al Yaka.
Ayaka.
Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakarathwa.
Yarafka.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Adawam.
Iwam.
Wayashima Ayan. Yeah, kind. It's like it. Why Yashimi Aliyam? Mawa'aba.
Mayarab.
Wahagari.
Wayagari.
Gabal.
Gabar.
Wa I'm a one.
Ma'ayawam.
Wa I'm a lot.
Wa'aymalak.
Palasha.
Payaka.
I'm Yashabia. Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Layawar.
Imam.
Aman.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawa.
Zayawa.
Labanya Lawat.
Labandalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Ashalawam.
Kamadian.
Kamati.
Kasayasara'a. Kayabyan.
Kayak.
Banakal.
Balaka.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Night.
Ba'ayanda Ara. Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatan.
Nadayamawa.
Laidadani.
Ka'arab.
Kayara.
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazaba.
Wakatazamanai.
Wakazata.
Kal Nasiyakamwa. Ashar.
Ashar.
Amar.
Amar.
Slakia. Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nayashawat.
Lanawa.
Layawa.
Af.
Af.
Na'awaf.
Layawa.
Alahayam. Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Sayatamwa.
Shayatan.
Kagagalu.
Lagaya.
Kakwash.
Wakash.
Lapanya Raka. Ka'ash. Taba Ira Ya Ira.
The Babu.
Wakalaba. Talahat.
Tala'a.
Hariyam.
Iwayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharadatma.
Dayadat.
Basa Irika. Wabasawa Pafka. Tabahalam.
Tabalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Palayam.
Kuala One.
Kalawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakash.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yaha.
Yaha.
Salakia. Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabarawa.
Ayai.
Ibayai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakapar.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabad.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadai.
Kaya'ata.
Kayatha.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Labatka.
Labaka.
Alayawan.
Ilayawan.
Al.
Al.
Cal.
Cal.
Ha'aratazah.
Haratazah.
All right, this is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hated thee.
And they that hate thee.
Has lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
Come.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And Hagarenes.
Gabal.
And
Ammon.
And Ammon.
And the Amalek.
And Amalek.
And the Philistines.
With
the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined in with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hoped.
That
the children of Lot.
Salah.
Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. And to Sisera. And to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perish at Endor. They have become done for the earth.
They become as done for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
And
like Zaed. Yea. All the princes of Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zamuna. Who have said. Let us take to ourselves.
Come and let us take to ourselves.
The houses of God in possession.
The house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As they stumble before the wind.
As they stumble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid.
With
thy storm. Fill their faces with shame.
That
they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Make them be confounded.
And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Make them be put to shame.
And perish.
That
men may know. That thy name, whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Are the most high. Over all the earth.
Man. Most high in Christ, man. Sorry. I mean, Shabi needs to be seated. Any brothers want to get anointed? That concludes. We're gonna go ahead and salute out. Matter of fact, kind of kind. We'll do the oil after salute out. Salak here, sir. All right, men of Israel. Oh, that's you got it. Salak.
Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Yah Matah. Sar means the turn. We're going to face the sisters. We're going to give sisters a courtesy salute. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shemar Alatham Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yah Matah. Class dismissed.
What's up, man?